Hello there, World of Tankers. I'm Blitz, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the strongest Tier 10 medium in World of Tanks Blitz, which in my opinion is the E50M. Now, a lot of people in the comments are probably going to argue it's the STB1 or the WZ121 because they have the highest win rates currently, but in my opinion, the E50M is the definition of a medium tank. It has excellent frontal armor. The upper plate on this tank is about 330 millimeters thick. That means that even heat rounds from most medium tanks and heavy tanks are going to be bouncing off of it. As well, the turret, well, it isn't super strong on the cheeks. If you do hit the gun mantlet or you mess up your shell, you're most likely going to be bouncing. The side armor, this is one of the few mediums that actually can very easily side scrape. There's a lot of stuff going for the E50M, and not to mention it carries the same gun as a Leopard. But as I said, my opinion of the strongest medium doesn't mean highest DPM, doesn't mean the best damage or win rate. It means the strongest, literal, strongest tier 10 medium in Blitz. And in my opinion, that is the E50M. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Of course, you guys voted on this video once again in the poll. So if you want to vote on what future videos I do post and you're new to the channel, make sure to click that subscribe button down below. But without further ado, let's get straight into some gameplay. Also, I saved the chest for you guys really quick because I want to get Green Mamba, but no, that's not Green Mamba. Okay, let's get into battles. I was like, maybe you guys will give me some luck, but no, Droodles doesn't get any good luck. So, E50M, what's great, what's bad about it? So, the DPM is about average for a tier 10 medium. It's not like some of the best ones. The Leopard one has 400 more damage per minute than this tank. You're sitting at 3,200 on this tank, which is pretty decent if you're running gun rammer. I, of course, run calibrated. I want that heat penetration so I can penetrate superstructures of, like, the enemy E100. You couldn't pen that without heat and calibrated on. So, I personally like having calibrated. Just makes it easier to penetrate some of your shells. However, that's always personal opinion. But I'm sitting at around 3,000 base DPM. But I'm a very aggressive player in this tank. You'll see me rushing it super far in the front lines where you wouldn't really expect to see a medium tank. That is why I think the E50M is just such a strong vehicle. So looking at the lineup, this is actually not too bad. We got a Leopard 1, which I'll bully with an E50M. 62A, that one's a little bit more deadly, but again, it really can't penetrate my upper plate. And as well, we got a Type 61, which is kind of a punching bag for me, but at the same time, a Type 61 actually has a decent gun. So here we are, we got all three of the mediums already detected, and it looks like the entire enemy team is coming here. So there we go, nice shot into that 62A, and there you go, ricochet rate on the turret already. So we got to be very careful because, yeah, there's a 183 right there. Let's get a nice tap, or not, or just somehow ricochet right off the hull of a 183. Maybe we can tap him one more time? No. Okay, so yeah, that was kind of sad, but I'm going to stay passive here, stay a little careful. Maybe we can get a shell into that Leopard or the Type 61. I don't know what the enemy 183 is doing, and I don't know what that K91 is doing, but I'm not super worried currently. Oh, we have our IS-4 right here, that's why the guy's not pushing. So, I want to get that 183, but at the same time, I really can't, because, yeah, it is a 183. So, let's push up with this WZ-111 right here. Let's maybe get some shells across into the E75. Load some heat because we can't pen it with our standard, and you'll see the DPM really isn't that bad on the tank. Like, you can still get out some nice shots, and as well, the accuracy is the same as the Leopard, so I can just sit here and easily pump shell after shell right into his turret, as you can see, not really worrying about my accuracy. Let's get another shell. My IS-4 looks like he's got the job done over there. So that's our, fourth shell now into that E75. Let's keep going here. Not necessarily the best player, I will say that, but hey, we're still getting out the damage. Looks like my team's got that medium, so I'm just going to keep shooting this guy while he's doing whatever he is trying to do over there. And there you go. So E75 is taken out. Now that's an E100, and my expectations of bouncing this shell, well, were a lot lower than that, I can tell you that. So let's try and get around him. We did lose quite a bit of HP, but I had to get around him here because, of course, I don't want to be dead on smack in front of an E100 like that. So here, let's try and face hug him and maybe bounce the shell. Oh, he's not the best of players, I found out. But yeah, this was a pretty solid game. So 3,438 DPM, and we won the game. And you got to see that I played the tank very aggressive, and we were able to get out, yes, wonderful English, but able to get out quite a bit of damage in the first game. So let's let it into another battle and see how it works. We did lose quite a bit of damage off of that E100, though. So we didn't really bounce that many shells that game. We did bounce the 100, which you wouldn't expect. I didn't even expect it. But as I've said, the E50M has that troll upper plate, and it is kind of hard sometimes. If you wiggle this tank, it's sort of like a Foch. If you wiggle it and inexperienced players coming up against you, it is very hard to not hit the tracks on the vehicle. This tank has some very thick tracks, you'll notice, sort of like the E100. So tracks absorb a lot of damage in this vehicle. Now that's a plus and that's a minus, because sometimes when you're in a medium tank and you're driving along, somebody will track you, let's say an enemy medium, and you'll spin out and go backwards, and it's the most annoying thing in the planet. So that is one disadvantage of having bigger tracks, but at the same time, it's much better for side scraping, absorbing HE shells. It is, at the same time, very, very nice. So here we go. We got that 62A spotted. That was a wonderful shot from me there. But I would love to fight this enemy 62A. Oof. Come on, what are you doing? Why? Why? Okay, thank you. I will push up here. All right. So let's see how we can do. There we go. Nice bounce in the upper plate already. Let's get a shot into that Vickers. You can see 2 shells bouncing right off the upper plate on this tank because that's what it's meant to do. All right, so let's keep dealing with these guys here. 62A is an easier target because, of course, while the 62A can tap me, I do have a higher alpha than the 62, so it's not the end of the world if it does tap me. Let's get another shell into that 62A while my 62 took that shot. But my 62 keeps peeking for some reason, and he's not at a lot of HP anymore, so I'm not sure why he would peek anymore. But that was a beautiful shot into that leopard there. But yeah, my 62 is dead already, which is, that's not good. So yeah, I don't necessarily like that, so maybe we can get a shot into like this guy here. There we go, nice tap. And I'm not sure if this enemy 62A is going to try driving up here. I wouldn't, but you never know what goes through people's minds, so let's keep an eye on this player here. I still have my Leopard 1 over here, which is nice, so let's keep an eye on both of them. This is a little bit tricky right now. I got my eye on that Patton as well, but I can't really do much about the Patton. It's got about the same turret armor as me, I'd say. But you know what? If the Patton's just going to sit still there, might as well take a pot shot at it. And again, hitting beautiful shots right into the weak spots of these tanks. This Vickers testing our gun. That was a very lucky bounce he had on the hull there. Let's back up before they do try and push me here. I would love to tap him in the turret, but now that that 62A is not in that position, I will easily push up here, again, bouncing the shell right in the hull of the tank. You can see just how great the E50M is at brawling with other mediums. So again, let's just oof, that was a bad shell there. But I do know that I got a little more DPM than the Vickers Light here, and our team is kind of falling apart at the same time, so I'm going to have to finish this guy off like now. So there we go. Finished you off. That's a 57 heavy. Didn't realize that until just now, but we definitely did our job. We took out not only the 62A, we also took out the M48 pretty easily, and we took out the Vickers Light. So we 100% did our job in the E50M. We actually got the Kronwagen here, so hey, if you guys want to check out the Kronwagen, I actually didn't know they were still super testing it, but they might have actually changed the statistics on the vehicle. So, yeah, let's watch the Kronwagen here, just demolish. So, yeah, Kronwagen, and it's going to be a pretty fun tank. I'm actually very excited for. Ooh, max roll there. But, yeah, Kronwagen, you can see, is going to be quite the deadly vehicle. And one fun fact, if you didn't know, it's actually an auto-reloader. So you can see here it's reloading its shell singularly. Now, it does take a while to get out its shell. Just kind of funny transition here. But I'm not sure why he's not shooting that guy. I would have just shot him, to be honest. But, yeah, so here we go. He's probably going to get an HE into the rear. Yes, he does. And the IS-4 might finish him off. Yes, he does. So there you go. Pretty solid game. We got the Kronwagen, so that's always a fun little bonus there. So, yeah, we got pretty solid games in the E50M already, both of them over 3,000 damage. And one thing a lot of people always complain about is the E50M doesn't have the most DPM. Like, I'm sitting at 2,900 with calibrated on, but the thing is, you don't always need DPM to get out damage. In that battle there, I was able to brawl with other medium tanks and very easily take them out. And that's because, first of all, I've got way better armor than those tanks. The 62A doesn't really have great armor, neither does that Vickers, and while its turret is pretty troll, I did bounce one weird shot right in the middle of the turret, it still did bounce, sorry, losing my voice, it still bounced a lot more shells off of my tank, and that's how it works. The E50M just bounces shells. It's great at doing that. So we're going to play one more game here, see how it does work. I might just end up seppukuing myself and driving right out in the open. We're going to find out here. So, what are we up against? Ooh, a lot of fast tanks. AMX 5120s, T92. Oh, I don't like that lineup. Literally every tank on their team is fast. Even the IS-7 is technically a faster tank. So I could end up over-aggressing here. I like it when there's some of the bigger tanks. So we're going to find out here. But, yeah, I got to be very careful, especially because their pattern is in pincer. Is that the same? No, that's not the same pattern from the last game. So here we go. Let us push into position. So let's see if we can be very careful. Sometimes people like to cross here, especially because this is the more medium side. So let's just wait here patiently. Although, because they are in faster tanks, I'm going to expect to spot them a lot sooner. And if I don't see those AMXs, I am not pushing. Until those guys are spotted, I'm really not going to try and push aggressive, because AMXs will ruin my day. Okay, there they are. So we know where the AMXs are. And my IS-8 has not been shot yet, which means that, hey, we can actually maybe just push over to this side. Let's see if we can maybe get like that Patton or the AMX right now. I'm actually going to back up here. I don't want to be hit by that, and yeah, that's kind of no fun. So let's see if we can maybe tap that AMX again. There we go. But yeah, I'm going to back up here. I doubt we're going to be able to bounce the shell, but let's get this Patton. Yes, nice tap into the Patton. Of course, T92. Actually, that was not the T92. That was the IS-7 that hit us. Patton made a very bold move, and I don't think that move paid off. So I'm going to push over towards our IS-4, because I think the IS-4, you know, there's an IS-7 right there. I really don't want to play with that, especially because I think I'm spotted right now. Yes, I was. Good move. I did not do that. But I would much rather deal with like this 62A here than dealing with, you know, some of these other big bad heavies. So let's get a nice little love tap in there too. 440 damage, not too shabby. And you're taken out. Let's maybe rush this T92E1. If we can get a nice little ram on this guy. Yes, like that. There you go. 360 damage. Beautiful ram. So that's like 700 damage taken off of that guy right there. That's where the E50M really just becomes a menace to deal with. So there we go. Taken out on the T92. I will say, this is the ultimate Sheridan counter. If you ever have problems with Sheridans, just pull yourself out an E50M and you can literally ram every single Sheridan to death. So we've got these two guys over here. Let's go deal with these players. We might be able to get a nice little love tap into like this AMX or the IS-7. So let's get a shot into the side of the IS-7. Let's actually finish this AMX off. Ooh, we didn't finish him off, but probably would have there. All right, let's face hug this IS-7 here. Come on, we can bounce your shell. You know it. You want to bounce off us. There you go. Again, showing that strong frontal armor, finishing off the IS-7, and all that's left is this AMX. So this was a great game to show the frontal armor of the E50M. Like, you could actually see that it bounced a lot of shells. There you go. Another bounce. As I said, those thick tracks take up a lot of armor. So there you go. That was a great game overall, and we did a great job. So this is pretty much a bold way to show you the E50M. Even in a really tough battle against a lot of medium tanks, I was able to prevail, able to push super aggressive and pull out 4,367 damage. That was with some ramming. Even a T92, which is quite a heavy light tank, we still took off almost 400 damage on a ram. So E50M is still probably my favorite, right up there with the WZ121 on tier 10 mediums, just because, well, as I said, while it doesn't have that DPM, it's got the accuracy, it's got the gun depression, and it's got the armor, and actually it's got mobility too. It goes 60 kilometers per hour. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. If you agree or disagree, let me know. But other than that, I hope you're all doing well out there. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.